Hi there, Care Warriors. It's me, Sofia, wife, mom, caregiver, and geriatric social worker. I'm talking from experience today when I say that being in the sandwich generation doesn't have to suck. I'm going to share with you 3 easy and immediate tips today on how you can take a bite out of the sandwich generation chaos so you can do a better job for you and your family. The sandwich generation, you've heard about it. It usually refers to middle-aged women like me who take care of and provide support for not only their children, but their aging parents as well. Some of you might find yourself in an even more complicated situation where you're not only taking care of your aging parents, but also your adult children and your grandchildren. Carol Abaya from sandwichgeneration.com refers to this as a club sandwich. I thought that was pretty funny. It can also refer to younger adults who are taking care of their small children, parents, and grandparents. For all the rest of you out there who are taking care of elderly family members who don't fit either of those descriptions, Abaya refers to you as an open-faced sandwich. The American Psychological Association reports that women who are in the sandwich generation have far more stress than other age groups. And that's because of the demanding juggling act that we all do, trying to take care of our elderly parents as well as raising a family. But crash and burn out? No way, I'm not going to let that happen to you. There's 3 easy and quick things you can implement right away to help you prevent burnout, decrease your stress, so that you can continue to provide the care and support for all of your family members. Here we go. Tip number 1, get help. I know that we all want to be superwoman, doing everything for everyone all the time, but it really isn't realistic. And if you crash and burn out, not only is it hard on you, but it's also hard on your family members who are depending on you. But don't look at getting help as a weakness. Think of a CEO who hires directors and managers and widget makers and pencil pushers and all the different people necessary to get the job done. There's no way that CEO could do everything needed to run efficiently, and neither can you. When that company is running efficiently, they make a lot of money. That's their commodity. And when they're making a lot of money, that CEO is successful and can continue to do what they're doing for a lot longer. Well, you're the CEO of your family, and your commodity is time and low stress. Well, it's time to call in the troops. So go ahead and hire a housekeeper. Ask for someone to come in and take your mom to that doctor's appointment. Hire a caregiver for just a few hours a week for your father, or ask someone to pick your kids up from school. The lower stress that you have, the longer that you're going to be able to provide care to all the generations in your family. Tip number 2, take care of yourself. I can just hear you screaming at me right now, I don't have time to take care of myself. I know, you don't. Not yet, but you will. Unless you're able to take some time out and take care of yourself a little bit, you will not, and I repeat, you will not be able to continue to burn the candle at both ends. You need to take a break, but it doesn't have to be days at a time or even hours at a time. Why don't you give yourself permission to just take a 5-minute break? Sit down with a cup of coffee or a cup of tea and put your feet up for 5 minutes without worrying about what needs to be done, without worrying who needs to go where. 5 minutes, I think you can commit to that. Or take 10 minutes for a quick call to a friend that you haven't talked to for a long time. How about 30 minutes for yoga or maybe some meditation? I like to lie down for about 15 minutes in total silence, in the dark if possible, and just take a lot of deep breaths and just let the stress go out. I think we always forget how stressed we are all the time until we try to get rid of it a little bit. That's what I like to do, and it really helps me recharge for a little bit more of caring for everybody. You just might be able to work yourself up to a few hours. You deserve it, and so does your family. Also, try to make time to eat healthy, get plenty of sleep, and maybe try to exercise a little bit in there. And I know, yada, 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 but if you're able to do these things, It's going to go really far in your being able to take care of your family and all the millions of things that you have to do. And the number 3 thing that you can do to take a bite out of the sandwich generation chaos is to prioritize. You have a million things on your to-do list and you're getting pulled every which direction all of the time. But I hope you're coming to the conclusion that you just can't do it all. So what do you do with your long to-do list? I know everything feels important, but the first thing to do is to determine which are urgent things on your list and which are just important but not urgent. Assess the value of each task and ask yourself, what would happen if you didn't do it right now, or if you didn't do it at all? Order things by effort. I like to put a few of the easier tasks at the top of my list each day because I love checking off the boxes, and it helps set me up to feel accomplished so that I can move on to the heavier, more time-consuming things for my day. Figure out which tasks you can ask someone else to do, or even better, just cross entirely off your list. And if your list looks anything like mine used to, you probably have some things on that list that have been there for a year or 2, maybe longer. Obviously, the earth is not going to come crumbling down if they don't get done. So why don't you do yourself a favor, take them off the list, because the sheer quantity of things on your list can cause stress just looking at it every day. And we're trying to reduce your stress here. One of the most effective ways to reduce your stress and to reduce your to-do list is to learn to say no. I know that's hard for a lot of people. It used to be really hard for me too. But when you realize that no one's going to hate you, no one's going to kill you if you say no to a request, no one will think less of you, and you will think better of yourself for having some control over your own life. By acknowledging that you're in the sandwich generation and implementing these 3 tips to help reduce your stress, you're going to be able to take care of the generations of your family a lot longer. If you're in the sandwich generation, I'd love you to leave me a comment and tell me who you're taking care of. If you found the information in this video even a little bit helpful, please hit the like button. And I'd love it if you share it with your family and co-caregivers. And if you don't want to miss any of my upcoming videos on everything senior, then hit the subscribe button. That's all for today. Ciao.